Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm reviewing all of Abba's albums in order, marking each track out of 10 in an attempt to find a list of Abba's top 100 recordings. As far as I'm concerned, of course, I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys their music, and I'm trying to really discover what is the secret of their success. Which songs were particularly successful and why? Now, no doubt much has been written about this over the past 40 or 50 years. I'm just the latest voice. But what better time to consider this wonderful group's success and why it actually occurred. Now, in my last video, I looked at the 12 tracks that appear on the original Abba Ring Ring album, but we've got a little bit of unfinished business because we've got 3 bonus tracks to look at as well. And I'm also going to give a little summary of some of the comments that came in after my first video. So the first track to look at is track 13, which is Merry Go Round. Now, the first track to look at is track 13, Merry Go Round. Benny and Bjorn take the vocal on this one. My life is a mess, where am I going? Well, this is very much a sort of B-side song, which appeared on the reverse side of People Need Love. It has a kind of 1960s feel to the accompaniment. Apparently it was an attempt to capture the Japanese market, but it wasn't that successful. Let's hear a little bit of the refrain. As we can see, we're in the territory of popular refrains. This one almost like a nursery rhyme sort of sound to it. Perhaps not the most exciting track, and possibly it outstays its welcome a little bit. Still, we're in that territory of experimental writing, experimental production, searching for that secret, which of course they do find. So it's an early stage bonus track. We're not expecting too much. Disappointing, I think. At this stage, we're going to give that one a 2 out of 10. But of course, we know there are great things to come. Just a word about my grading system. There's plenty of room here as we gradually work up the scale, and we're expecting a lot of tracks around this sort of position as the albums develop. Track 14 is called Santa Rosa. This was the B-side to He Is Your Brother in Sweden. Again, we've got Benny and Bjorn on the vocals in this one. This is about somebody who wants to be back home in Santa Rosa. Now, this could be in California or it could be in Florida. Not quite sure exactly what the intention is on this one. Again, it has another kind of 1960s feel here rather than a 1970s feel, and it's quite an obscure deep cut. Let's just hear how it goes. That sounds 60s, doesn't it? Okay, well, again, it's nothing special, is it, at this stage, but it's an interesting, obscure track. And of course, as completists, we want to hear all these moments for the band. So I think we've got to give it another 2 out of 10 for this one. It's not going to go down in history, but again, we're interested in the things that are going on here. Now, track 15 was Ring Ring, the Swedish version. Now, I've already reviewed this track in my last video. I gave this one a fairly good rating, so I rated it 5 out of 10. It seems only fair that the Swedish version should also get 5 out of 10 because it's the same track, just with a different vocal for the Swedish audience. So again, it's good to have that one as part of our collection. And there's nothing wrong with listening to a song in a different language, of course. I enjoy listening to a lot of French songs sometimes, so fair enough. So that completes the bonus tracks on the album. Look at some of the things you've been saying as comments underneath my first video. Back at Strava, and I hope I've pronounced that correctly, says they would give the songs slightly higher scores and they reckon that People Need Love is the best track on the album, though they admit they don't play this album very often. It's good to get back to the roots though, isn't it, to see where all this music's coming from. Simon says it's a decent album, nothing amazing, but it's cool to see how they started and where they are now. And I think that's what a lot of us like to see. We like to trace things back to the origins and see how they develop. Okay, now 007 says it's a really decent debut and that the Abba sound is already almost here. The songs are still not that great. Everything sounds a little naive, but it's like a collection of catchy jingles. Now, they've gone through and rated each song like I have, giving Ring Ring 7.5, that's interesting. Disillusion only 4, I quite like that song. Nina Pretty Ballerina 5.5. A good rating for Love Isn't Easy of 7. I Am Just a Girl only getting 4. That was the weakest track for me. So their favourite track on the album was Ring Ring, followed by Love Isn't Easy. Well, thanks for that. And when I do my next one, I'm moving on to Waterloo next. If you'd like to send in your ratings for each of the songs on there out of 10, I'll be very interested to compare them with mine. Another interesting comment here from Chris, who describes Abba as musically probably the most creative pop band ever. They compose the most complex and the most catchy pop tunes ever. You won't find something like that before or after them. Would you agree with that? I think that's a pretty wise comment. Has there been any other artist able to compose such memorable and catchy tunes? That's out for debate. Add your comments if you like. Right, that's it for now then. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you want more of these videos. I'm going to be back very soon with my review of every track on the Waterloo album. And it's quite a step forward, that one, isn't it? And I'm looking forward to telling you all about my views on those songs. That's it for now. See you soon.